What's poppin', pimpin'? This your boy Scotty motherfucker Wilson in the building. Hey, guess what? So look, I was vlogging for my sanity. I'll get to that in a second. My hummingbirds, right? I just tripped out there. I got hummingbirds that keep coming to my backyard. And I was wondering why they kept coming back there. I was wondering if it was like a premonition or something, because I don't see hummingbirds like that. Whole time they been back there eating my Thai basil. They getting the I guess the nectar or whatever out of my Thai basil plant that I was growing back there. That's what's up. That's what's up. So my bad. I know this is a goofy angle, but I wanted to talk to y'all about something. But at the same time, I wanted to show y'all what I was doing because I'm gonna fix me something to eat. Um, so I was trying to do both, but whatever. I don't have a my ring light broke, both of them. Crazy. So I'm gonna just talk to y'all anyway. Oh, and I put the microphone on because I didn't know if they was gonna not give me no money later for ads and stuff because it's copyrighted and shit. So I figured with the microphone on, I couldn't hear the music in the background. So that's what's up. Ooh, excuse me. So yeah, just water. Anywho, well, those are cucumbers. Anywho, so on today's episode of Vlogging for My Sanity, like I said, I'm gonna make me a salad. Oh, and I got some fresh tomatoes out the garden. So yeah, I got fresh tomatoes out the garden. I picked them. I grew them myself. I got a bunch of them. You know what I'm saying? I grew all these myself. I'm gonna put these in my salad too. Um, I guess I can show y'all my tomato. Man, nah. I'm not showing y'all my tomato plant tree. Y'all gotta go to my other videos to see my tomato plant tree. um, so I want to speak on this Young Thug situation, right? Uh, only because I really thought about this before I actually made this video. Because truth be told, it be certain situations that be going on in the world that I genuinely don't like talking about because I don't want to make it seem like it's a clout chasey thing. Um, Even though you know what I'm saying, I'm on social media like everybody else, and I'm doing my thing too. Um, so to a certain extent, you can still say, well, you still doing it. If I feel like if I add context, then it allows more room for understanding when we decide to talk about certain things or when we decide to get involved in certain things. Because for me, I always felt like uh, rappers are my coworkers. I always looked at them like coworkers. When I decided that I was gonna be like a rapper or take it seriously, like when I was a kid, I always just put in my head, well, these are coworkers now. I don't look at them like celebrities or whatever the case may be. Like you know what I'm saying, they're coworkers. So I look at certain movements and analyze them in that capacity. Um, which actually to me makes me not take stuff as personal when it comes to certain shit. Um, but that's why I want to talk about the thug situation because for me, like, first of all, I think that's really sad. It's sad because I grew up around a lot of niggas like him, and it's just I think because I'm a compassionate person, that's why I think it's sad. But what I the reason why I feel like I'm obligated to talk about this is because I think I told y'all on one of my episodes. I don't know if I said that, but one of the main reasons why I'm doing this is because I would love to have like a pattern of thought process that was close to me that I could comprehend and understand a little bit more. Um, you know what I'm saying? Just help me like navigate the thought processes sometimes. Because a lot of my videos on here, I tell y'all, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind telling y'all when I fuck up or when I do something wrong. And I feel like that's good you know what I'm saying, in a world in a world full of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's willing to like really kind of like talk to you. And I think about that, you know what I'm saying? Be who you wanted to be, who you needed when you was growing up. So, you know what I'm saying? I try to do that more when I talk to y'all about some shit. Uh so for me, like looking at this situation, because if I keep smoking this, it's gonna distract me. If I but when I think about the situation, I'm like, bro, it's sad because to me, niggas is so fake because to a certain extent, if y'all knew this how this nigga was before, this is why the court system don't be having no sympathy for us. Because if y'all want to come out now and be like self-righteous and be like, oh, I changed my life and all this, that, and the other, what was happening on the day to day now, and that's why I say personally that I feel bad because I genuinely feel like we don't ever personally take in consideration what it's like to be in people's situations and realize just how hard it is. Now, me personally, I've been in an interrogation room. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talk, but at the same time, even when I had my situation, I remember thinking the only reason why I was able to beat that, I genuinely remember thinking about that like as I left because they like let me go at like 3 o'clock in the morning because and made me sit there for like hellas because I wouldn't give no information. And I was just like bullshitting the whole time. So I was thinking about that as I was trying to get home because it was 3 o'clock in the morning and everybody was asleep and I had nowhere to go and I didn't have like, you know what I'm saying? It was just a lot going on in my life. Um, I had time to think, and that's what be a lot of the problem with these niggas, and that's what I would have to say be my biggest blessing. I've always had time to think. I don't always use it to the best of my ability. I know I would should have did that, but whatever. But I ain't got no Oh yeah, I'm so out of that shit. But anyway, I was just thinking about that, like motherfuckers don't. It's to me, I can tell when a nigga really ain't been through nothing for real, for real. And I ain't gonna say not been through nothing, but when this is your first time, that I'm gonna put it like that. I can tell when it's a nigga first time. And for me, the reason why the investigation room didn't they weren't able to trick me like they was able to, you know what I'm saying, trick other people and get other people in the situations isn't because I'm some super mastermind nigga that's like so much smarter than the police. It's not that. I had just been through the scenario enough times to know what to do. That's not a brag. That's not a good thing. Like, that's why I feel bad for people, you know what I'm saying, like going through a situation like that because he's absolutely he was some of the stuff he was saying he was being honest about. You don't know what you're doing. You have no idea what you're doing. You have no idea what you're doing. This was all new to you. And that's why you messed it up so bad. That's why you jacked it up so bad because this is all new to you. And the reason why don't nobody want to have no sympathy for him is because I know, just like me, and when I went through situations with niggas like him, y'all don't listen. You niggas do not listen. And the crazy, like, especially if a nigga ain't got no money or nothing for you, because niggas, even with niggas with money, don't give y'all nothing. Y'all just be around because you feel like being in the proximity of some money will make you get some money, which I can see that on a spiritual level. You doing it on subconsciously because you're, you know, say a part of ethnic groups. I actually be giving it to people sometimes because I feel like I have a lot of grace for people because I understand stuff on a different level. So for me, I give you that. But then you wanna it'd be so weird because it's like I understand why you got that thought process behind what you be saying, but a lot of the stuff that you saying is disingenuous and you know it, but I can't tell you that because you mad. And most people think anger for some odd reason. They think anger is like stronger than discipline and stronger than like happiness and stronger than love. So they'll fight you to, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll fight you to keep you, or fight you to do this, or fight you to do that. And it's everything is a fight, 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 fight. And it's like, bro, you can't use you can't use man principles and then try to be like a street nigga in the same conversation. You can't do that because for me, the reason why I was so bad at being a street dude is because like everybody that I like talking to was always old. I always like talking to old people. And as I got older, especially like when I was in my late teens and early 20s, a lot of people that I would have most of my, what I'm saying, realest conversations with would be old niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like old niggas. And then I'm from St. Louis too, so you know, old niggas, bro, I don't know. It's just like for me, that's why I be so weirded out when people be like misinterpreting what be going on. Like when you know what I'm saying, when I was watching Thug Talk, I heard a lot of people was quick to judge and quick to be, you know what I'm saying? It's just quick to judge. It just a lot of statements sound real judgmental. And nobody's saying, and I'm not saying he shouldn't be accountable for his actions. He absolutely should be accountable for his actions. But I'm just saying, why don't we ever speak in the context of understanding why these people get to this point? That is so disingenuous. I genuinely just don't understand why we continue to do that. Because if that's the case, then we can't just point a finger at him. We got to point a finger at everybody that was around. And because niggas be money hungry and greedy, ain't nobody gonna, everybody say, well, maybe Gunna wasn't tripping because he's doing better. And it's like, they was all tripping. Everybody was tripping. Nigga, I had to tell my nigga that on a jail call. Like, nigga, we was tripping. Like, and the crazy part is I let y'all niggas trip think because I let y'all do that angry thing, that feeling thing, that man, this is just who we is, this is what it is, blah, blah, blah. Knowing that shit is stupid. Knowing that shit is stupid. Then when we get in these dumbass situations that are inevitable because niggas want to move just in a dumbass way. And my thing is, bro, like, this is my problem with street niggas, bro. Like, even when I was in the streets, they 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 feel like critically thinking is like an insult. Like, for some odd reason, it's some type of negative connotation towards critically thinking when you're a street nigga, which is weird because I always thought that's what made you a better street. When I was a kid, I used to like, doesn't that make me kind of a better street nigga than y'all? Like, I'm thinking about things. I'm having real thought processes behind the moves that we making, so we don't have to take no plea deals. Like, the fuck you mean? Like, things that I did made sure. Well, I can't speak for nobody else. I didn't have to take no plea deals. I didn't have to talk about nothing. So hold on. So I got some lettuce. I got some onions. I got some vegan cheese. I got the vegan cheese. Vegan cheese. Yeah, because I can't eat certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Be too much bullshit. Oh, and I got some plant-based meat. The vegan meat. We're gonna put some of that in there. I'll put some of that in there. Um, but yeah, that's just it's like I say, man. Like I man, I don't know who listening or who hearing what I'm saying. It's not to condemn him. It's to understand. But my problem is, like I say, I, I'm trying to be who I needed when I was a kid, and I'm still a black man. And as a young black man, I like fuck everybody else. I'm just talking to me as a kid right now, and it ain't fuck everybody else in a negative way. I'm just talking to me right now because only I can understand me as a little kid, and as a young black boy, bruh, I'm telling you, bro, like that shit ain't. We can't we can't attack everything. Everything can't be attack, bro. It just don't work for us. Matter of fact, I do you one better. Not only do it not work, they have set up a system to plan for you to move like that. They can't wait for you to be on the attack. Boy, they gonna chew you up and spit you out just because you run around trying to attack everything. Like, you have to be strategic. You have to, if you want to survive, bro, being looking like us. Like, you gotta move like you got some sense. Like, you have to, bro. They don't give a fuck. Nobody does. That's why when you find a good woman, you gotta take care of her. That's why when you find good friends, you have to take care of them. There's not a lot of them, bro, because I'm telling you, don't nobody give a fuck. They can say they do all they want to. They can say they do all they want to. But the world and what we be seeing says otherwise. You know what I'm saying? But there's always contradictions in life. You feel what I'm saying? Like, let's say somebody watched this video 3 years from now and I got a lot of views, and you know what I'm saying? There's people having conversations. Somebody took the time to sit here and listen to me, which is why which is why everybody deserves compassion, and you don't have no business coming at nobody telling them what they should and shouldn't be doing. Oh, well, Thug was wrong. He shouldn't have. Bro, you ain't him. So you can, so the best thing to do in situations like that is to learn from what happened. Look at that situation, because even what I was just talking about, what I was talking about was my situation compared to a situation that was going on in real life with somebody that really went through that. And I feel like I have some merit to talk about it because I actually went through that and I actually didn't snitch. But at the same time, I genuinely remember thinking about that, like, bro, niggas ain't built for that. Like, that was a lot. And the only reason why I was able to beat it is because I had been through it enough to know what to do. Bruh. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No Sirski. No Sirski. You niggas don't need to be. That's not nothing good. That ain't nothing good about that. Like, and you know what I'm saying? Like I say, hopefully a motherfucker listen. Because that's not cool, bro. You don't. It's so much more to life. And my thing is, like I say, like the fucked up part is like y'all niggas is living. Like y'all niggas be living. We be actually living. And then somebody want to do something stupid because they traumatized. And it's like, bro, go get you some help, my nigga. Like, you have friends that give a fuck about you. You genuinely have friends that give a fuck about you. You're not gonna tell me ain't nobody around Thug didn't give a fuck. I don't believe that, because when that first jail call that leaked with him and Savage, bro, I'm telling you, I know exactly how Savage was feeling. I know exactly how Savage was feeling. The way he was talking, bro, I've talked in that same exact tone. It was like living it, like listening to them calls was like giving me chills, because I'm like, bro, I've been here before. I've genuinely been here before. And I'm not saying I've been in exactly, like, I'm not saying I've been in a Rico. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I understand the situation, like, in the capacity to where if you told me, like, you know what I'm saying, my parents passed away and my parents passed away, I would be able to relate to what you said. Not because we have the same relationship with our parents, just because we both went through something tragic. You dig what I'm saying? So that's on the level that I understand this nigga and all of them. I understand everybody. Cause like I said, like, bro, man, that shit was crazy. That shit took me back. I was like, bro, niggas is not built for this. Niggas be talking all of that tough shit, and that's another reason why I uh I you could call it switch or whatever you fuck you want to call it. Switched up on like street shit and just like stayed on. It was always stuff that was happening to me that like made me realize that like this type of life ain't really it. You know, um, and for me, I've always found like nuances to it. Like there's ways to do that. Like for example, like for me, even when I was going through stuff like that, my whole goal was to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? It was just to be an artist. All of that other dumbass shit niggas around me was doing, I'm like, bro, this is not necessary. That's why I even more understand what was happening with Thug and it, bro. Because I'm like, none of this shit y'all doing is necessary. We have the numbers, we have the clout, we have the attention. All we need is some fucking money, and you don't really need that because you have me, bro. When I say I'm like, bro. When it comes to understand, like my desire to want to understand money and like, especially at that young of an age, you need friends like that. I wish I had more friends like me when I was younger. Like somebody that was just always on like something different. Like he just always on something different. Like something like, damn, like this is more healthy. Like this is more, you know what I'm saying? We should be on this type of money. We should be bro, do you know damn near every friend that I've ever had, not all, but damn near every friend that I've ever had has done something in spite towards me because of that. That's weird. And I just can't imagine. Like I said, talking to myself as a kid, you better not. You get you a friend like that, boy, and he give a fuck about you. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Because people don't give a fuck about people, especially people that look like us. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like anybody can say that. Truth be told, I feel like there's hate within every group, within every person. There's self hatred because trauma is trauma is trauma. You can call it what you want. You can call it what it is. It's trauma. So to me, I just don't think that. I just don't think that not having compassion for what the fuck people be going through is ignorant. I just think that's genuinely ignorant. So, but compassion don't mean you got to put up with some bullshit neither. You don't have to put up with shit just because you're compassionate about a person. You just, you know what I'm saying? You just got to understand what people be going through and understand them enough to either say something. You need to either say something, do something, or pray for them and move the fuck out the way. Because shit, who better than God or the universe or whatever the fuck you want to call them? Shit, whatever floats your boat. I personally think whatever it is doesn't care. So whatever floats your boat, whatever makes you happy. Okay, so we got the croutons. Hey, look at it. Hold on. So far, so good. Me personally, see, if you notice the way I did my salad, I put this lettuce on the bottom, and then I put this lettuce on the top, and I put my ingredients in the between because I like to mix up my salad, and hate like I hate when I put too much lettuce in my I mean not too much lettuce, too much dressing on my salad, and then just everything just sit at the bottom. I mean, I don't like that. I don't like that. It just make it easier to mix up when I do it. Like when I layer it like that, it makes it easier to mix up. I don't know. I could have just made up what I just said because it sounded good. I don't know. It sound like it made sense to me. That's why I do it. So put the cheese. I think I did everything. Oh, eggs. Because I haven't eaten today for real, for real. Which I should have went to the doctor because I'm supposed to go do some blood work, and they told me to fast first and then go over there. Well, I should have did that today. But I don't know. I was really deep in thought because it be stuff that be going on with me in my life, and I be like that sometimes reflects in what be happening in life, and it be making me think, man. Like if at the very least I can help somebody like me when they overthinking shit, you know what I'm saying? And there's no space to have a genuine conversation because I don't think none of these conversations people having about Thug are genuine. I feel like everybody taking their own personal trauma and they throwing it and they like spewing it on everybody else for likes and clicks and views. And for me, I'm hoping that somebody find this conversation later and be like, damn, I never thought about it like that. And like try to have compassion for everybody. I'm not saying you gotta excuse the behavior. I'm saying have enough compassion. First of all, in order for you to love somebody, you have to love yourself. And when you see somebody hurting, you try to help them to the best of your ability, not in such a way where it start hurting you because you don't want to be hurt. That's why you're helping them. That's why you're helping them because you don't want to be hurt. But if you see that what you're doing ain't helping them, then they need some different type of help, and you need to try something else. Don't keep doing the same thing, which is why a lot of the people around Thug ain't just y'all probably they just as bad if they didn't try to help. If didn't nobody try to say nothing, motherfuckers just let that shit slide. See me, the difference between me is a lot of my niggas that went through that shit that are in jail or have passed away. I tried to told you. And for me, that's something that I got as a blessing from this is one of the last things that my grandmother gave me before she passed away was the ability to not let death hinder me when you've done your job. See, I didn't understand it when I was a kid, but as I got older, now I do. Like death doesn't hinder me as much as it. Of course, it's still sad. You know, people around you pass away. That's sad. It is. But I understand that the sadness only comes from your own personal selfishness. It's your desire to want to have something around forever that was never promised in the first place. Never. It was never promised to you in the first place. Life was never promised to you. So how dare you get mad because it was somebody else's time was up. In the grand scheme of the universe, that's a fair statement. it's really, really unfair to say somebody personally when they just went through that. You know what I'm saying? If somebody passed away, they wouldn't want to hear none of that shit. But that's why, like I said, what my grandma gave me was a blessing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was a little conversation that me and her had. And it just helped me think like that. And like I said, I ain't ever since then, I've been able to like disassociate myself enough to be like, okay, what can I do? What am I gonna do? Like, how did this benefit? Like, what did they say to me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like I ain't got time to be sad because that's what, because death don't mean the same thing to me as it mean to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? It's to me, it's almost kind of progress because we don't know what's on the other side. So who am I to be sad about it? Like, just because a bunch of humans said, "Oh, well, that's the end of life," is it? Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like, what is life? You know what I'm saying? The fact that you can even ask any of those questions is why I'm convinced that there's always another way to look at it, and there always will be. So, you know, I say take that shit as a lesson. I say, pay attention. That's what I say. And pay attention to your friends, pay attention to your surroundings, pay attention to motherfuckers that's like, you know what I'm saying? That just, I don't know, you gotta watch them niggas, bro. Watch niggas that try to make excuses for doing goofy shit. You gotta watch them. Um, because they might not be able to watch themselves. So sometimes when a nigga start doing some stupid shit and then trying to make an excuse for it, you gotta you really got to be gentle with them because they already in a weird space anyway because they making excuses for themselves, especially a grown ass man. It's like, so you really got to be gentle with them motherfuckers. What if they people you care about? This is how I know that black people don't, that's why I know a lot of people don't care about black men because it's very, very hard to find somebody who has the time or who even wants to devote the time to care enough to even get you to the point where you're listening to what they say. Because we do too much. We do way too much. Trust me, I know. I'm one of y'all, so I know. We do too much. So I get it. But this is why I'm telling you this is why I'm here. I'm telling you what to do. Like, you gotta have compassion, bro. You have to. You have to have compassion. Because if you don't have compassion, you're not gonna have no compassion for yourself. And if you don't have no compassion for yourself, bro, I'm telling you, you're gonna end up dealing with a female young thug. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to end up dealing with somebody like that, whether you want to or not, because you're trying to have compassion when you don't have compassion for yourself. And that's why you got to have compassion for yourself enough to understand that, hey, bro, everybody different and they going through different situations and they handling shit different. So you can't be mad at a motherfucker. You got to understand a motherfucker, because if you understand a motherfucker, then you can understand how to deal with him. And if you keep telling this nigga, if you done told this nigga, hey, bro, that ain't right. Hey, I don't like that. Hey, that ain't right. Hey, I don't like that. Because you do have the right to say that. But if you've said that a few times and you keep noticing it's the same shit, it's like, damn, I got to keep coming back to, all right, you know. Because that's what you need to do when you're young. As you get older, which is why I'm grateful for having older people around me, as you get older, you start feeling like you're running out of time and you get just as bad as you was as a kid sometimes. But, or at least that's what 30 is. I can't speak for 40 and 50 because I'm not 40 and 50 yet. But I do notice that at some age, you eventually start slowing down because you just kind of accept it for what it is. So for me, what I've always tried to do is just accept stuff for what it is. Um, because I feel like that's what old people do, and that's why they're more relaxed. That's why they can understand stuff a little bit better. Which honestly is really just experience in life. Because a motherfucker could be going through something for 75 years and still not learning. I know. Look, I was raised around, um, you know what I'm saying, some pretty real niggas. So I done heard them conversations from old people talking about, yeah, this nigga been dumb all his life. This nigga, he died at 60 something. Yeah, I heard what y'all was saying after the funerals. See, that's the stuff that we don't be wanting to tell nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't want to embarrass nobody, you know what I'm saying, on social media, because that's so embarrassing, as if we ain't all embarrassing each other anyway. But But nah, that's some real shit. That's real shit. Like behind when they be leaving these funerals, they be saying that shit, man. That nigga wasn't shit. His whole fucking life, that nigga was doing this, and this. But then you want to say it in a sad way. It was like, yeah, but he had these mental issues and all that and the other. And it's like, bro, so if y'all understand all of this after he passed, why the fuck did nobody say nothing before? Because you didn't want to deal with it. You didn't want to deal with it. And instead of saying you didn't want to deal with it, because you know that sounds like that makes you kind of a piece of shit, you hide behind, oh well, I want to be, you know what I'm saying, I'm protecting my peace. Bruh, all right, you got a game. You got a game. I ain't saying you not. I'm not saying you not. I'm not saying you not. I never said that. I'm just saying if you know what a motherfucking problem is, you know, whatever. 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 Give me 15 minutes, I'll be cutting you like a DJ. You don't know what's going on. Looking ass. Okay, I am done with my salad. I put some eggs in there too, my bad. I forgot to tell you about the eggs. I got 2 tomatoes left. I think I'm gonna keep them. I'm gonna put them in something else. But I think that's it. I think I made my salad, and I think I talked about what I wanted to talk about. Hopefully I don't know if y'all can still hear the music, so I don't know if I'm gonna get copyright, whatever. But it's been 30 minutes. I don't want to blow y'all head off just talking and running my mouth, but because that was pretty much my whole point, man. It's just people need to have more compassion for people and more compassion for themselves, because if they did, then they wouldn't end up in situations like that. I'm not saying that Thug is a bad person. I'm not saying that he's a good person. What I'm saying is listen to people. Listen to people when they talk. The first time. Don't wait till, you know what I'm saying, y'all become millionaires because you want some money, because you running behind somebody, because you're really fucking greedy, because you still got to deal with karma too. It be a lot going on with niggas mentally. And people be thinking because it look like that people are having success that they're happy. And y'all don't know where Gunna head at mentally. I'm not saying he's not happy, but I'm saying you don't know where he's at mentally. So to say, well, I'd rather do that, y'all just, man, I'm telling you, have compassion, because it starts with yourself. So I'm not telling you to have compassion for strangers. I'm not telling you to have compassion for celebrities. I'm not telling you to have compassion for rappers. I'm saying have compassion, period. It shouldn't matter what the fuck it is. Because I notice how y'all like to do that when it comes to certain situations or certain, you know what I'm saying? You want to fuck compassion. That's what they get. Yeah, I noticed that y'all like to do that when it comes to certain things. So again, being who I needed when I was growing up, have compassion. Period. It don't. Compassion shouldn't have to need a fucking an incentive. You shouldn't need an incentive to be compassionate in no capacity. You shouldn't be because it's a girl, so I'm gonna be a little bit more compassionate. No, nigga, have compassion. Period. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? I just don't understand. I don't understand y'all sometimes, man. I just don't understand y'all. Y'all be want to have more compassion for one person than another person, and then understand, and then wonder why stuff be off balance. Bro, why can't you just be? Why can't you just be compassionate? Because it's hard, and you don't want to do shit that's hard to do. Don't say that. Don't act like it's hard to have compassion for a man. You just don't want to have compassion for black men. Just say that. Y'all do the same thing with everybody else. It's just less obvious. But y'all don't have compassion for black women either. So I'm supposed to not notice when you do it to me because that's why you should have compassion all across the board. It should just be compassionate. Just compassion. That's it. Oh, well, but just compassion. Ridiculous. Niggas be peasants doing peasantry shit, peasant behavior. That shit be broke shit to me. Like, I don't like that shit. When people be doing shit like that because they be trying to make it seem like I'm soft or something. Like, because I like to have compassion about people. Bro, I think you fucking lame if you don't. Because to me to not have compassion means what? What is that? Why don't you have compassion for people? Because any excuse anybody could say would have to be it would have to be personal. I genuinely don't believe that nobody was just born with the inability to give a fuck, unless it's genetic and you had somebody else around your family that made you feel like that part of you was just okay to let out all the time. Because that's 9 times out of 10 what that is. Because 9 times out of 10, when you meet somebody that's like that, I've heard all the excuses. When you meet somebody like that, they always say the same shit. Well, my you know what I'm saying, my mama like that. They 9 times out of 10 blame it on their mama. My mama like that, or my daddy like that. So, you know what I'm saying? Well, this is how I was raised. So, all right, all right. That makes it okay to not be compassionate. You got it, guy. You got it. You're right. You're right. Because everybody's different. It makes it somehow. I hate y'all get on my fucking nerves, bro. Now we gotta add nuances to compassion because it might hurt somebody's feelings. Bro, what? All right, bro. All right, bro. Whatever. I ain't gonna try to tell nobody what to do. No, it'd be a lot going on. It'd be a lot going on. Okay. So I don't know if this salad gonna be enough food for me to eat, bro, because I'm really hungry. It's after it's 12. Yeah, it's lunchtime. So, but I probably ain't gonna post this around lunchtime. You know, who knows? But yeah, man. Like I said, so that's my little 2 piece on the thug situation, and this is my salad with homemade. You know what? I'm gonna cut up with. I'm gonna put these. I'm gonna put. I really don't. I don't know. It just don't look right. If I'm being honest, y'all, when I put the salad in the camera, it didn't look right. So I just had to put the. My bad. It just didn't look right. My fault. I'm sorry. That's fucking petty as shit. Yeah, it just didn't. It wasn't. I wasn't feeling the feng shui. I was not. I was not feeling the feng shui. Okay. All right. Now I feel better. Boom. All right. I feel better now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where I got that from. I used to work at the Science Center with Chef Brandon. I don't think he lived in St. Louis no more. I think he lived in Florida. And I heard he's doing really good. But I used to work at the Science Center, and I think that's when I got my little. I mean, I guess I kind of always was like that, but that's when I kind of got like real picky on like how to dress my food. You know what I'm saying? Like it has to be presentable. I don't know why. It just has to be presentable. So yeah, there we go. Because even the way I like set the like tomatoes, like it has to be proportioned to like the salad. I don't know. It's just restaurant shit. This restaurant shit. There we go. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's still not as proportioned as it could be, but I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, but it's mine, so I don't give a fuck. And then we gonna eat that good old Caesar. You know what? No, I'm not. I'm gonna be fancy today. We're gonna eat some Parmesan ranch. You know what? Hold on. Hell no. Nah. Hell no. Nah. I did want the Parmesan ranch, but I'm cool. That's just extra cheese. I don't need that shit. There we go. I don't know. I don't know why I smell everything. I smell everything before I eat it. Drink it, whatever it is. I just always smell it. Like if it don't smell right, then I ain't. Yeah, no, 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 no. And I heard that's another way that you could tell if they got one of them little the little Bill Cosby drinks, ladies. If it smells salty, don't do it. Well, they probably got some new ones now, so still be careful. You got to watch yourself. Still watch yourself, but always smell your drink, ladies. When you out, when you get a drink, especially if you and don't sit it down nowhere. But y'all should know that by now. I think y'all know that by now. But just in case you don't, yeah, don't sit your drink down nowhere. And if you do, pick it up, smell it. Matter of fact, don't sit your drink down nowhere. If you set your drink down somewhere, throw it away. Just throw it away. Do not sit your drink down. Like ever. Unless you at a section and it's sitting right in front of you and you know what I'm saying, you ain't moved. Like, yeah, no, 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 no. Yeah, absolutely not. If you got to be with some folks. Don't do that. All right, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm cool. And I got me a smoothie because I made that earlier. Well, I got this little baby bag. I don't want this shit. How this work? All right, so I'm finna see how this motherfucker tastes real quick. Hey, yep. Just remember, people, they always gonna fix their attitude if if niggas getting money. That's another thing that I look forward to. Like niggas gonna have to get their life together around me. Cause there's just certain shit I'm just not. I'm cool. And I ain't judging nobody, but for it's just for me. Hold on. So this is hold on. I'm finna show y'all that. There we go. Yeah. I fucks with these. These motherfuckers hit. I got a couple of them. Uh so yeah, I'm a yeah, you don't need too much. You don't need too much. Come on now. Come on now, people that look like me. We don't need to do too much. Don't need to do too much because we don't need high blood pressure. We are doing better. We have been doing better. I've been seeing y'all all on TikTok and stuff and working out and whatnot. My people, my people, my people. All y'all. My stoners, all y'all. I've been seeing all y'all. Just people being healthy. Like, if y'all been noticing that, like the world is just getting more healthy and stuff now. Like even the fact that I know some people be doing it for fake, but just the fact that it's even a trend, like that's like certain stuff is a good that is becoming trendy. Cause some people gonna try like really try to stick to it because they gonna be like, because I think some people get a kick out of not being like the. My bad, y'all. Somebody just called me about nothing. So this is the salad. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I've been eating. But that was pretty much all I had to say. I'm pretty much done. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. See, my salads gotta have a crunch to them. You feel what I'm saying? They gotta have some crunch to it, not just lettuce. Like I need other things to crunch with flavor. That's why I like fresh tomatoes in my shit. Don't give me no soggy ass uh um Subway tomatoes on my shit. Cause I don't know what was going on in Subway for a while. They was bullshit with they tomatoes. What are tomatoes? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But yeah, I think they got it together now. But this shit was fire. We gotta make sure we get some with the with the fresh tomatoes on there. They're like a fork full with the fresh tomatoes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This definitely not gonna be enough. It's too good. You ever had something that was like so good it made you hungrier? Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. So I will see y'all on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Peace.